Yo, what is going on, guys? So it's kind of chilly outside today, actually. Not by Alaskan standards or Canadian standards, but by Sydney, Australia standards at this time of the year, it's relatively chilly. So that's kind of why I've kept my beard and also why I'm wearing my hoodie. But I wanted to go for a bit of a walk and just, I guess, get a few things out and just talk for a bit. And I wanted to congratulate the 3 gentlemen that I'm aware of that have recently hit the 100K club. Now, not as recently as the other 2, but Joker, the man with a face for radio and a voice for print, my brother CGA, and Darius. Darius did a stream today, actually, and he's just recently hit 100K subs. So congrats to Joker, CGA, and Darius. I appreciate you guys. Now, it was interesting, actually. I dropped a super chat to Darius, and I don't know if he is not happy with me for some reason, or if this was just purely coincidental. Regardless, by the way, this is not a dig at Darius, actually. I have an immense amount of respect for Darius, and I'm going to tell you why I have so much respect for Darius. Because, he talked in his stream today about how, all of these reaction videos and people telling people just to stay away from women, that's not actually helpful. And, in one way I disagree, but I can't really disagree too much because he's actually got a really good point. Let me elaborate. Look, the reality is that there's going to be some of you guys who are going to go monk and stay that way, and you're going to be happy that way. And for those of you who that's the solution for, do that. Love it, work with it, live your life, enjoy it, live your best life. But then there's some of you that are in relationships, don't want to stop having sex with women, want to continue to have relationships, perhaps even still want to have kids, or have kids and want to have more kids. And one of the biggest issues that I honestly really see, is that we've gotten to where we've gotten to because men have not set boundaries. Men have not taught other men the knowledge that they have when they have knowledge. They haven't taught other men what to expect. And it really planted a seed in my mind the other night when I bought a coffee for that dude. Some of you guys may have seen my stream that I did. It was just a very brief one. I just wanted to share my thoughts. And I have had an unbelievably generous donation of $200 from a gentleman. I'm going to call him Ez. He's a fine lad. No, he's not really a lad. He's older than I am. But he's a great guy, and he's all about the brotherhood. And he said, I want you to... He told me a story about years and years and years ago when he was with a previous wife, and they were doing it a little bit tough money-wise, and he sent his partner down to the shop with $200 to do a big load of shopping at the supermarket. Now, his partner lost the money, and when she went to pay, it must have fallen out somewhere in the supermarket. When she went to pay, she didn't have the money. Anyway, a guy just walked up and he goes, I'll get this for you, and just paid with his card. Now, I can't share the name of this individual with you that came up and paid for it, because he's actually the father of a blockbuster Hollywood celebrity that originated in Australia. That may give you some hints, but there's plenty of blockbuster celebrities that originated in Australia. So I haven't given too much away that I'm going to identify the individual. Regardless, I was told that that was such an incredible act of kindness that for all of these years, this particular gentleman has been wanting to pay it forward. Pay it forward for a good enough reason where he could justify that. And he said, you know what? This is a good enough reason. So what I'm going to be doing with that $200 is I'm going to be utilizing that to buy coffees and fruit for the homeless in Sydney City. And I'm going to keep doing that until such time as all of that money has been exhausted. And that's going to be, you know, in conjunction with my time and, you know, me going around, and I'm contributing a little bit myself as well. And with his pay it forward, we're going to be making things a little bit easier for some guys that are living on the street, that are doing it tough, that have potentially, you know, really had a hard life. And look, maybe some of them made mistakes and they've got no one to blame for themselves, but for how they ended up. Maybe that's the case, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's a combination of both. But does it really fucking matter? Because what I've noticed is that for so many years, right, and we talk, whenever there's a fundraiser for anything to do with men, whenever there's a fundraiser, it's like always, you know, falls short of the target, or it doesn't raise that much money. But whenever we see a fundraiser that would be for the exact same purpose, but perhaps for a woman, all of a sudden there's a huge outpouring of financial support. And I'm cool with that, right? No problems. I don't have an issue with women being supported. I just wish that men would be supported at the same level. And the people who have the greatest capacity to help men at the same level are men. Right? We talk about brotherhood, we talk a big game. But what are we going to do about it? I had a gentleman the other day, and he came to me with, he'd had a big falling out with his ex-wife, and he didn't know what to do, and his daughters aren't talking to him anymore. And he said, "Sid, do you mind if I send you the text messages from my last conversation with my ex-wife?" And I was like, sure. So he sent them through, and I read through them. And what I saw was a bit of a different picture portrayed to what I'd heard from him. And it's not that he was lying to me, and it's not that he had any negative intention, but his perception of the situation was different to what an informed outsider was. You know, I really want to change this conversation that we're having with our fellow men. I really want to change this conversation that we're having with brothers. You know, when we hear about a guy that's, you know, basically walking through a street full of red flags, right? He's running the gauntlet. There's red flags everywhere towards a relationship, for example, or he's dating some new girl. Instead of going, oh man, he's in for a whole world of hurt, how about we say, man, you need to say something to him. Let's sit down and have a talk. Let's take him out for coffee. Let's buy him a meal. Let him know what he's in for. Because I have seen so many times where people have gone, oh, that's a red flag. But what do they do about it? Nothing. The guy ends up getting fucked over. And people go, man, I wish I'd said something. Why didn't you? Why? So we need to have a pivotal and fundamental shift in the way that we deal with other men, right? And people like Darius, and I've seen a lot of his content. He's cracked 100K now, right? And he deserves that. He seriously deserves it, because I've been there with his multiple hour live streams. I've watched him sit and talk with men. I've watched him educate people that call in, right? He takes call-ins. He responds to answers. By the way, thank you to Brandon Silver for that super chat. Appreciate that. You know, he takes call-ins. And you know, look, and some people may say, well, he asked for money for those things. We should. And I'll tell you why, right? It's not because, you know, I think that this content that we talk about, there needs to be money made from it. No. What you'll see time and time again is people don't appreciate, well, sorry, let me rephrase that. People often don't appreciate or don't put a high level of value on that which they get for free. Some people do, yes. Some people take it and run with it and are so super grateful. But a lot of people don't. And I actually think that what Darius does is really intelligent and really smart. and I like the way he does things, and I agree with him. Even though my whole fucking channel is me doing reactions to articles, basically, bar a few, right? But that's the majority of my content, reacting to articles and giving my thoughts and, you know, giving you guys a bit of entertainment. And it is entertainment. But in terms of moving forward with a world in which men and women coexist, in which people are going to continue to have children, and Darius is a father. He's been through it. He understands. You know, so I just wanted to give some extra special kudos to Darius for the information that he gives and the way that he delivers and the consistency he's put into his channel and the time, right? And all the free content he puts out there. So if Darius, if you see this, big shout out to you, brother. And, you know, Coach Greg Adams, I've seen him sitting there doing the live streams over and over and over and over again. You know, I see live streams every day consistently. I can't remember the last time I didn't see a Coach Greg Adams live stream on any given day. You know, and he's consistent and he gets in there. And, you know, he's maybe YouTube punished him for some of his wording in the beginning, but he's gotten smart with it. So, you know, he's dodging bullets as far as the YouTube algorithm goes. But he's telling the truth. He's telling the truth with integrity, with honesty, as is Darius, and as is Joker as well. You know, I really appreciate those three men, and I just wanted to do this video today to pay homage to all three of them, to pay homage to the contribution that they're making to the manosphere, regardless of, you know, regardless of whether they consider themselves a part of it or not, as such. But, you know, they may or may not be a part of the manosphere by their own declaration, I'm not sure. But they're all part of this collective brotherhood. And this brotherhood, this collective of men, this union of male individuals who sometimes don't know each other from a bar of soap, but all get together as a collective and they stand side by side. Yes, we see some bickering. Stop it. If you're arguing with people because they share a different point of view, have a conversation, not an argument. Daniel says, hey brother, here's some koala food money. I'm going to buy some drop bear meat with that. If you know, you know. So yeah, guys, look, I've had my say. I've said what I wanted to say. But if there's anything that I can ask of any of you, particularly if you are a content creator or if you are starting to create content or if you're contemplating it, please approach things. What I would say is, if you're already having conversations with people and helping people to alleviate their red pill rage, to gain an understanding of human dynamics and how men and women work together and how to avoid conflict, how to avoid difficult situations, how to avoid precarious scenarios, please use your knowledge and share that. If you're just frustrated and you're wanting to vent, please vent, but vent with people who are calm. Get it off your chest, speak with them, learn to articulate what it is that you're trying to say. I wish that I knew this before I started my channel. I would have taken a bit of a different direction with it. You know, and I'm seriously contemplating starting a different channel, not with the MGTOW banner, and telling you guys about it so you can still follow if that's what you want to do. But I want to entertain you guys, but I also want to offer you some true red pill knowledge and some true perspective from a very calm, logical, and rational standpoint. I don't think it's valuable to be ranting about things that we can't change. I don't think it's look, for some people, that helps to get things off their chest. That's what they need to do. They need to vent. They need to rant sometimes. But long term, I don't see value in constantly ranting about things that we can't change. I see a lot of value in helping people to understand why that which we can't change has happened. I see a lot of value in helping people to understand human nature, human dynamics, male on male, female on female, male on female, female on male. You know, having honest conversations with both men and women to understand all of the fine little nuances that you just can't get through listening to videos, right? That you get through speaking to other people, through seeing their physiology change as you say certain words, through hearing the inflections in their voice as they're sharing their experiences with you, so you know what kind of raw emotions you're dealing with here. You know, I just want to encourage people to try and take that angle, because where we're at right now, it's not where we need to be. It really isn't. So I hope that this video that I'm sharing today helps to give some guys some perspective about their thoughts on women and relationships and connecting better with people they work with their family members, with their romantic partner, whoever that may be, if they have one, whatever the case is. And I also, look, some of you are not going to like what I'm going to say here, but we as guys, right? And I'm not tarring everyone with the same brush here, but you know, and I'm guilty of this, but many of us will have sex with someone that we just simply have no interest in having any sort of connection with, even if that connection is something that's not a relationship. When you get involved in a physically intimate way with someone with whom you share no connection, you are at a very high risk. You also damage their ability to pair bond. And then the next guy that they go on to, that they actually might have something with, there's a higher chance that those people aren't going to last. And if they have kids, there's a higher chance that family's going to break up. And if the family does break up, then that's not good for the kids. And it's probably not good for the guy either. Especially if that guy ends up suiciding, which is happening at record rates because of relationship breakdowns, because of the breakdown in connection between men and women, because of the decreased ability of women to pair bond, because of men taking advantage of the fact that they're making themselves so easily available these days. And I really respect the women that are willing to engage sexually, but with boundaries. Because I respect boundaries when men set them. Absolutely I do. I think boundaries are immensely important. By the way, hit that thumbs up if you're not already. Hit the thumbs up there, because I think this is a really important message to share with people. You know, we as humans need to set more boundaries. We need to limit. We need to place limits. We need to place limits on what we will and won't tolerate. And we need to understand human dynamics better to understand why we will or won't tolerate things, or what we should and shouldn't tolerate based on the outcomes that we want. So just wanted to share that there. Anyway, guys, look, I'm going to leave it at that for now. Also, if you want to go check out my new podcast, The Unapologetic Aussie, I have conversations about things that are not typically discussed. Most of them will be in an interview format. I've already had Kenneth Jolivet, the author of Society Kills Men. And I've had another guy, PJ. He's an anger management counselor, amongst other things. And I have John, who wrote How to Be a Man, What Your Father Never Taught You. I'm currently editing that audio because there was just a few glitches with it. So I'm going to be uploading that soon. And, you know, I hope that this will be a exploration of different perspectives and different opinions, and, you know, just help you guys to get some nice broad thoughts around what's going on in the world. So if that sounds like it's up your alley, go check it out. If it doesn't sound like it's up your alley, hope you enjoyed this video. I appreciate the 2 super chats, guys. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you for liking and sharing this video. Thank you to Darius. Thank you, Joker. Thank you, Coach Greg Adams. Big ups to all of you, and I'll catch you later. Peace.